Hey guys, it's Steven. Got a BYTES chart update for you here. So it's been about 11 days since my last video, and I used to be able to have all my previous charts stored on this server here, but seems like they're all gone here. So I had to just recreate what I had the week before. And yeah, so we left off at the end of the 18th around this time here. And as you can see, we had a nice spike above with the BYTES 2.0 white paper that came out. So pretty bullish and quick move. So, I have been saying that this is definitely a tradable token right now. I was planning on buying below 10 and I did end up buying this dip, but I did not really have the time to catch this and sell. So I ended up just holding. And as of today, I went ahead and charted out this week's pivot. So by doing that, I just take the low, the high, and the close. I put it into the calculator here, and it spits out the supports. And as you can see, we did come down and test this week's support at about 420 here, and that is where I created a buy order. So I am using a different way to create buy orders. So what I use is the Chromatica system. This is the system that I used here. So if you're not familiar, Chromatica creates a liquidity pool for your token, and then through Chainlink APIs, when your target price is hit, it will go ahead and close your order. So effectively having a limit buy and sell orders. So, I created the target price of bytes per ETH is 664, but if you look at the actual price in ETH, I believe it was around this 0015 is where I got my order filled. So what happens is I have a liquidity pool here is a very large size. It was 1 ETH worth of liquidity, and it basically got sold into. So it had I was the exit liquidity there, and I ended up scooping that up. It closed that position for me, and then as you can see, it had a move about a 25-30% move already. So for trading purposes, very simple. And then comparing that to what would have happened if you just had a simple limit order, or I'm sorry, a simple market order. There's just not enough liquidity to do that. So for example, I bought 660 bytes. Let me just double check here. Yeah, so you can see here, I created a limit order to buy 1 ETH worth, and at the limit order was 650. Now, because it was a liquidity position, it was able to get extra fees. So instead of getting 650, I was able to get 664. So that's a $75 difference. So I saved about $75. I paid a 130 Chrome fee. So the token is at like 13 cents. So that was only $16 there. So it effectively paid for my gas, and it was basically almost like a free trade. And then the benefits of that is that you don't have to worry about slippage. So if you look at the liquidity pool here, there's only 152 bytes in each 2% range here. So for me to be able to get my, if I were to just to market buy those tokens, I would have had to pay maybe a 5 to 10% slippage, where 150, just to get my 600 fill, I would move all the way up to this price here. So yeah, like about 10%, 1 ETH will move the price about 10%. So very capital efficient way to purchase. And yeah, so that's what I did. So for now, I'm just going to hold and accumulate. Possibly I could put some more ETH here and just provide, instead of a Chromatica order position, just provide liquidity for when if it sells off again, I'll just be able to make some money on fees there, because as you can see, the fees are doing still pretty well. So if you look at, there's 0.27, 0.28 in these ranges here. So if you're paying $1,000 in fees a day, and maybe you can just double the liquidity here to support the price and it stays in your range, you could make, $1,000 a day, maybe even a couple $100 a day, just by providing liquidity for these sell orders. So definitely something to think about. And yeah, so we'll just go ahead and leave it at that. And like I said, I'm going to hold. I do think we're going to have another spike like this. So for me, I'm just trying to make some trades here. So, we had a 100% move here last week, and I think very easily from here, we could easily come back up to the central pivot for the week here, maybe next week's central pivot. And we'll have an opportunity to make another profitable trade. So let's just go ahead and move on to just keeping track of the overall BYTES statistics here. So I left off on the 18th, and as you can see, we were up about 30 new holders. Supply is moving higher, and obviously the price has moved down substantially. So, the reason is there's just not liquidity for these sellers. So we have people just selling, and people from within the community, because we're not getting that many new holders, are just accumulating from the impatient. So just to finish off here with the blood token. So if you saw my Twitter, I was looking for let me back this up here. I was looking for this 20 cents area to start maybe accumulating. I felt like that was a good value. So, and then on the ratio, if you look at the blood to Ethereum ratio, it puts us at about 0.0000666. So that was kind of my hyperbole goal to maybe start a position. And then when I woke up this morning, I saw we had this huge dump on the market, and that was my call to action. So I did go ahead and accumulate an ETH worth of blood here, and I'm just going to hold this because I feel like this was a very good value. 31 market cap. Yeah, I feel like 40 is definitely at least a fair value. So, if you go from 54 to, let's see here. So I got in at 54 divided by, let's just say we're going to 66. Whoops. So about a 22% gain possibility here, and I could always create a Chromatica limit order if I want to exit in a capital efficient way. So yeah, I don't see many people actually doing liquidity transactions here. If you look, 12, 14 days ago since somebody added liquidity. So although it's a pretty decent size, there's only, let's see here, only one ETH per 2%. So still easily, to manipulate these prices with large buy and sell. So that means there could be opportunity. And for me, I'm looking for the right valuation to take that risk. So I think we're pretty close to it. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we'll just go ahead and finish with the overall macro market. So we left off at the end of the 18th on the last video. And I talked about, the fact that I did want to see another lower move, and that we kind of had this mini lower move with volume, but really wasn't what I wanted. And we had a nice move towards the central pivot here, but once again, all the way back down to the monthly support and then dip well below. So it looks like we are still in a possibility where I want to see this play out more, where we get some more blood, some more volume, and that is when I want to take that opportunity to accumulate and really take advantage of this dip. So still looking for that sub 38,000, maybe 37,000, and then for the Ethereum chart, it's basically the same thing. We had this was the central pivot for the month for Ethereum, so a little bit better chart. And then we're looking for support down at 25,000. So, but from this chart, we could start to see some more buying pressure come in below 28,000. So I think big money could easily start to, maybe start a position under 28,000. So we're very close to finding support, and then we can use these pivot numbers to kind of have a magnet back up to that. Maybe some sort of slingshot action is what I like to see. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. And I guess we'll just finish off with this. So like I've said, I've wanted to keep track of this chart for a while here, and just seeing how this played out. So we had this yearly pivot, which was a very strong resistance, and then we had this monthly pivot. And yeah, like I said, we had this break below and move above, where you kind of have this magnet thing going on. And now we're really starting to get that formation that I'm looking for, which is a move lower, maybe closer to this yearly support. Maybe we don't get there, right? Maybe people want to wait a little bit too long. So I think the opportunity to get long is coming again. So we definitely want to keep track of the overall macro markets. it does seem like there's still a lot of fear in the market. We do see the bond market start to stabilize, which is good. And I think that's really going to help the overall stock market. So we're definitely back into this kind of value range. So um, I am not scared whatsoever. I'm just kind of sitting back and watching this play out. And I think there's going to be some opportunity here. So I will keep you updated when I start to get very bullish again. But right now, just want to see a little bit more blood, just a little bit more opportunity to buy this dip. So I'm going to end it here. If you got any questions, let me know, and I will catch you later.